Mock Draft Monday, the Monday of mock drafts. So we are pick 8 right here, and I have done like 27,000 mock drafts. And on PFF at least, you can never get Caleb Downs at pick 8. Which I think in real life we are going to get Caleb Downs, but I don't think we're going to be pick 8. We might be like pick 5 or 4 or something like that. But right now, we are pick 8. And Caleb Downs in every single mock draft goes from anywhere from pick 1 to pick 5. And it's the most annoying thing of all times. But again, I don't think he goes that high. It's not usual that a safety goes top 5. It's happened in the past, don't get me wrong. It happened with Eric Berry, happened with Sean Taylor, and it happened with one other player as well in the last 25 years. So it doesn't happen often. Because of that, I don't think it will happen in this. But hey, it is what it is. My second option after Caleb Downs, which Caleb Downs is the one and only option, but it is Arvell Reese. He's number 2. And in this one, he did go to, sadly, the Browns. And again, like I said, will the Titans take a quarterback? It's not really the best quarterback class of all time. Yes, you do have Armando, you do have Ty Simpson. Ty Simpson I like a little bit better. But outside of that, it kind of drops off when it comes to the quarterback class. So there is a chance that, yes, there will be some quarterbacks taken in the top 5, but not that many. All right, so my third option is Peter Woods. So we're just going to go with option 3 because I can't get option 1. I could get option 2 if I really kept simming it or redoing it over and over again and get Arvell Reese, which I really would like. But it is what it is at the end of the day. All right, second round, after going with a defensive lineman, who I think can be an absolute animal. Although, Myles Murphy was also from Clemson, and we see how that worked out. Different position. Defensive lineman, edge rusher. This is more of a D-tackle type guy, or not D-tackle, but interior guy. Second round, I would not mind going edge rusher in all honesty. Now, keep in mind, I'm not going player per se yet. We're going to wait to do player until we get closer to the actual draft. Right now, we're going more positional value. So, for example, going with an edge rusher in the second round. Do I love this guy from Oregon? Oregon? Yeah, Oregon. Probably not. But from a positional value of edge rusher in the second round, I do like that. Wow. He is now considered a third-round pick. He'll probably go within the first 2 rounds, I would assume. Sellers, that is. Third round, though, this is where I'd probably go with someone like a cornerback. And yes, I'm really sticking straight up to defense. It's not even a question at this point. I do want to work on some offensive line picks. I would go with a guard probably in the 5th round. 6th round, I'd probably go with a tackle. I might go with a tackle a little bit earlier than that because I do want to eventually get the replacement for Orlando Brown Jr. whenever that does end up happening. We also do need a replacement, or we need the next best thing of a replacement for Teddy K eventually because he is getting older and his contract is kind of coming up. So that's something, eventually down the line we would have to start looking into. 7th round, you're not really going to hit a home run hit here, in all honesty. So I'm just going to go BYU product here. So here's what I would look at when it comes to this. I got a B+. So I went with defensive line 1st round, 2nd round edge rusher, 3rd round cornerback, 4th round safety, 5th round I went guard, I went tackle, center, and defensive lineman. So listen, we need to work on the offensive line. That's not a question. I do like Fairchild. I think Fairchild's just going to get better and better as the year go on. But we do need to work on that right guard position. Again, center is still going to be important. I'm very confident in our boy Amarius Mims, but we need to get a new left tackle. And whether that's in free agency or that is through the draft, again, Duke Tobin's drafting, I don't know, but we need to eventually work on that as well. This one, it said I should have took Lenoris Sellers. Okay, I can't say his first name right. Instead of taking the cornerback. This is why PFF is absolutely dog water, because why would I ever take a quarterback over a corner when it comes to our team? Now, don't get me wrong, I understand, well, because Joe Flacco is not going to be here next year, and have you seen Jake Browning? I get that, and I wouldn't be against the idea of maybe picking up a quarterback in free agency, right, a veteran quarterback to be the backup to Joe Burrow, but I would also never in a million years draft a quarterback in the third round. You're drafting quarterback in the third round is you're trying to get someone to eventually replace Joe Burrow, and that's not what we're doing. We're trying to get someone to be a competent backup, and Jake Browning was not drafted. So, yeah. Anyway, all right, next one. This one is very interesting. Caleb Downs already off the board. Same thing with our boy Peter Woods. Same thing with our boy Arvell Reese. So, everyone I would take off the board, which is a weird spot to be in. Because, again, like I said, if I was the Bengals, here's what I'd do, right? If I'm the Bengals here, trade down. That's what I would do. I would trade down to pick 11. I'd say, okay, we'll give you pick 8. What's it called? Rams. We want 63. And we'll take your 5th round pick. So we'll trade down 3 spots. We want pick 63, which is the end of the 2nd round. And we will also take your 5th round pick. And we'll trade down with 3 spots. That's what I would do if I'm the Bengals here. Because I don't really care for, obviously, so the Rams traded up for Oregon's quarterback, Dante Moore. Jeremiah Love, we're not taking a running back. And we're not, maybe we'll take a cornerback there, but probably not. I would just trade down and see, live to fight another day pretty much. All right, so now at this pick, I'd probably go with Delane. And I probably would have went with Delane at pick 8. But I'd rather trade down and get additional picks than, sit there and pick it and stick it at pick 11. Or pick 8, excuse me. I'm going to take the edge rusher again. This time, I'm going to go with... So this is our additional 2nd round pick we got for that trade. I'm going to go with Cincinnati native here. I'm not going with the corner. I'm not going with him. I'm sorry. I'm not going with Lenore Sellers. That's not going to be a thing here. I know that's probably the sexiest pick of all. Because that's what PFF thinks is the best option. But that's not my option here. Defensive lineman here. Yeah, I forgot we have an extra 5th round pick because of that trade. Again, like I said, if my guy's off the board, man, I'm just moving on. Like I'm not gonna sit there and not get extra value or draft picks when let's be honest, we need the extra value in draft picks. So far, we did take a safety. Just double checking that real fast. Go center here. And then 7, we have an additional 6th round pick. Forget about this. Could be trade back with Joe Flacco sweepstakes. Go corner again. And I'll finish it off with, here. I would be against the idea of taking quarterback in the 7th round. Right? It's not the worst. We got a B+. Okay. You gave us an A- for the quarterback. But, I wouldn't be against the idea of this, right? We get an actual pick, so we got 63. So we got a defensive lineman, right, from Cincinnati, okay, as an additional pick. 5th round pick, our additional pick was 140, which was Bear Alexander from Oregon. Sure, why not? Helps us out. We were probably going to take Delane at the pick anyway, at pick 11, so why not, So tell me down below your thoughts, opinions, guys. See you guys next one.